you'd see it in my eyes. Now I've been one more correspondent.
Welcome back. 9:17, a little bit of change on this 10th day of June. Back with Don, Jenny, St. Louis Water Garden Society. 25th Annual Pond-O-Rama. This is already coming up right around the corner. We are 11 days away.
We are.
No pressure.
No pressure.
We're all a little stressed, I might add.
Well, and you know, this time around the horn, this is a big milestone. This is 25 years, and I got to imagine everyone's pretty excited about this one.
It is. This is a wonderful, wonderful one, and it's our anniversary, so that's pretty cool.
Well, and Jenny, take me through the buildup of this year, too.
Well, this year, since it's our 25th anniversary, we're actually 35 years with the society. And so we kind of focused this year, our booklet kind of shows the lilies. And so we wanted to focus on our jewel box, which is our civic project, which is what this tour actually does, is support that jewel box at Forest Park with all those beautiful lily ponds that we have. Guys work there every Saturday morning.
Is it really every Saturday, too?
Every Saturday
Wow.
at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're always looking for strong, muscular guys and gals to help.
Well, how do we volunteer?
Oh, just come on down.
Oh, there you go. Well, and you know what I think's really cool too is that, you know, this booklet is you guys have always had really nice brochures and booklets on this, but I really like the additions too of, you know, like subscription offers and things like that for your attendees as well. Like this one. St. Louis Homes, $12 for a year. I'll take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Well, and as you're preparing the shirt, Don, how does the group kind of manage, you know, getting everybody together and making sure we're all firing on the same cylinders?
Well, several ways. First, there's monthly meetings for the entire society. And by the way, another special in that booklet is free membership for a year to the St. Louis Water Garden Society. And each month we have meetings to talk about and coordinate these issues, as well as having excellent speakers come in with professional expertise to help educate us.
Right.
So it's really multidimensional for people of a variety of interest, not only the koi fish and lilies and ponds and water gardens in general, but people that enjoy just gardening. And for me, that's how I got into this, is because I'm a native gardener and I needed to add water features to help spur that connection with wildlife and all of that. Oh. So each of us bring our own little interest and expertise to this, and then through the committee, the Pond-O-Rama committee, which Ginny heads, it's a really almost a many month project to get everybody updated and coordinated and just organize the whole experience.
Well, and I think that's such a good note too to make, because sometimes I think, especially if it's someone like me that gets in my own head about what I'm eating for breakfast, you know, you might see an organization like this and want to be a part of it, but you're like, man, I don't know if I'm ready to join the big guys yet. And what I think is really cool is you make it a point where it really is about learning together and really coming together just for the love of gardening. And I think that's really important for everybody to know. How do we join the society?
Well, it's if you're a member on the tour, you're automatically, you get a free membership as part of that. And it has information and the website in there as to where those meetings are and when they are every month. And you can also sign up to get notifications from the St. Louis Water Garden Society, even if you're not a member, to just be aware of the activities that are going on.
Yeah, we have a lot of members that don't even have water gardens and ponds, but they like, you know, it's a learning thing. And, you know, it's also a community event.
Yeah.
And so this year, our tour is really special. We have 29 water gardens, if you can believe that.
That's incredible,
all
actually.
Over the metro area. And so there's because we split it up by Saturday and Sunday, you know, the ticket booklet is good for both days. We have 14 water gardens on Saturday and 15 on Sunday. And they're all over the metro area. We actually have one in Illinois.
Do you? Where at?
We do, in Millstadt, Illinois.
Oh, that's
He
a
has
nice spot.
Lovely, lovely pond. But, you know, they're all over the metro area. And, you know, it appeals to everybody because we have people that are very small gardens and teeny tiny ones. And then we have some that are just magnificent.
Well, and now what stop on the tour are you?
I'll be on Sunday.
Are you Sunday? Okay, I got to take a quick peek here. I'm just being a little nosy.
Gosh, there you go.
Being a little nosy here. Oh, wow. Are you Stop D?
I am. I can't remember. I'll tell you.
Or is it H? I think it's H.
I will tell you here in just a second. Yes, I am H.
Okay, I'm already kind of getting jealous of you here, Don.
Well, and that's the fascinating thing for people that maybe are thinking about, might want to have a little water in my garden to attract wildlife, or just enjoy the pleasant sound, because we're surrounded by all these sounds, and the gentle sound of that water just masks everything and is very, very tranquil. So you're going to see water gardens for people that have made totally on their own, which just astounds me because it's a really quite an interesting experience. Small ones, huge ones, professionally done, self-designed, the entire spectrum. Some with incredible things, like there's a gentleman that has an outdoor model train set.
Oh, we've talked about that, yeah.
Which is just absolutely astounding. Huge waterfalls, everything you can imagine. So for anyone from just the do-it-yourself person to the I want to see something really spectacular, it covers the entire gamut.
Well, and it's a lot of inspiration too, just to go around and see and ask questions, especially if you're trying to do something maybe on your own for the first time. I'd rather ask somebody that's tried and experienced something first than to Google it, any day of the week.
And this year is really, really special. Both Don and I are on the tour this year. I'm on Saturday.
Oh, I got your spot right here. I haven't forgotten about you, Jenny. You're number 13 on the stop.
I am lucky number 13. But yes, and my garden will be ready by then for sure. But one of the things that we did last year, and we did it again this year, is we put pictures of the gardens. It doesn't, I don't think any of the pictures do any of the gardens justice, because you just can't take in that whole landscape. But the other thing we did is we added, with the permission of the homeowner, email addresses. And the reason we did that is there's so many people that have questions.
Yeah.
And, when you have hundreds of people coming into your garden, sometimes, it's a lot of people at the same time. You're trying to answer all the questions. They have questions about your plants, your fish, or, everything there is to answer. We thought it would be a great idea for people to then go back and email them and say, hey, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but what beautiful flower was this? And a lot of people take pictures, which is great. So I think, and it tells you if it's a walking accessible, wheelchair accessible, if it's an incline. So we're telling everybody what they kind of need to know before they
get there.
They join,
yeah.
And you can't always see all 14 or 15 in a day, but you can see some that just kind of appeal to you.
Well, and that's really a good thing too, where you guys laid it out so well that you don't have to follow it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can really go where it fits whatever's best for your schedule too.
Absolutely.
This is really cool. And now, whenever you guys are looking for entries and you're looking for entrance into the Pond-O-Rama tour, what are some of the qualifying factors? Is there a rubric that you have?
Oh yes, you have to. well, the only rule book really is that you have to be a member.
Okay.
And if they're not a member, they can join. A lot of our contractors who have built a pond over the winter, and of course they're spectacular, they often give those people free membership to the society, which is $25. Yeah. It's a great deal. And then, they can be on the tour. And then, of course, we're always sending out, Donald's my co-chair this year, so we're sending out emails all the time, keeping our host, active and up to date on all the things that we're doing.
Well, and really, it should be a fun day. It is, like you said, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of questions being asked. But for being a homeowner and saying, I get to showcase this off and people want to come and see my spot, that's got to be a really cool feeling, too.
Absolutely. And you put in so much work to it, and you want to share that and share that enthusiasm. And I think that's the hallmark of all these pond owners that they have something special that they've created, and we want to be able to share that with everyone else and perhaps inspire them to do something new and interesting in their garden, because we all need a little private time and relaxation time.
Well, and Don, you were saying that you already had your garden already, going and set. You were just trying to get the connection going a little bit quicker with the addition of water. What were the learning curves that you had when you were putting in your water feature?
Oh my gosh! Well, let's begin with that. My garden has gone through multiple evolutions, and finally, I've recognized that. Because I want a low maintenance environment, but I want a natural, relaxing environment.
Yeah.
I began to move towards native landscapes. And one of the key concerns there then is you begin to think about wildlife, about it being in the environment itself. And it was after I began my native garden that I discovered the St. Louis Water Garden Society, took their tour some years ago, was absolutely just overwhelmed by this opportunity, and recognized that water really ties my entire garden together, and it actually ties it into my house. It's surrounding my patio and all of this, so it became the centerpiece and the anchor for the entire thing. So it was definitely a learning curve. It's something new and different, but like so many things these days, technology and everything is making it much, much, much simpler. So working, in my case, I had to work with some professionals because of some specific design issues. But then you begin to understand, I don't have to have all these difficult filters and other things. We actually, in mine and many of the other areas, we're using what's called a bog filter, where you allow nature to clear the sediments and the difficult balance that it requires. So you're balancing plants and fish in a natural way. We're not using chemicals for doing this.
I love it. And we were talking about the bog filter, I remember last year, the year, and it's really, I think that's so cool that you're saying that, because I would love the natural aspect of any water feature to really make it look like, we're just kind of out in the woods almost, and it would be no different than if we just stumbled upon, a pond or a lake somewhere, or a creek bed somewhere. And when you're talking about chemicals and doing things the right way, I think that's where people, especially like me, I get a little nervous when I'm talking about filtration systems, and I'm like, this is getting ready to start to be a refinance job, but whenever I'm able to talk to you, it's not as scary. It's going, okay, this is actually obtainable, this is doable, and we can get this done effectively too.
Right. And I think people, especially because we have so many, there are people that just don't have the space in their backyard.
True.
And so, a very small pond is just a delight for them. And so they have a few fish, but they landscape it so beautifully. And it's their peacefulness, their tranquility of being there. And so I think it doesn't, I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of maintenance. But if you do it right, like Don said, you can add plants, you can add fish. It takes care of the clarity of the water. Maybe you clean it out once or twice a year, give or take, and you're good to go. And so you don't have to, you're not spending day in and day out. You're spending the time to really enjoy the beauty that you have. And we want other people to enjoy it too. And I think this tour gives people the opportunity to really learn about plants. Every one of us have different plants in our yard, and some that we really don't want in the yard, but they came anyway, thanks to the birds and all of the wildlife, But everybody has different plants, they have different fish, they have different designs, and everybody is just excited to meet the people that come. I think our gardeners are absolutely the best people in the world.
Well, and it's so important. I just love that too, because going back to what you said, you can really get creative with your ponds and your water features. And I think for some, like if you're in a city environment or more of an urban environment, you can still design something that really brings out the home in your house, you know?
Yeah. And if you have a big space, like one of the guys that's on tour, he actually built a Mayan temple. And so he's got the huge big water guys, and they're all spitting water into a big pond, and I mean it's huge. Of course, you walk up a big hill. He's got huge landscape and beautiful flowers and tons of water lilies, and it's huge. And then you've got others that are swimming ponds.
Yeah.
You know, you can swim with the fish if you want to, and I think they've even allowed a few of the guests to do that on occasion.
Well, there you go. That's how you win.
Because usually it's very hot. But, you know, it's really a great tour, and I think you just learn so much from everybody. We're always learning. That's the thing.
Well, and too, it's so cool to know that this is all in St. Louis. You know, so many times and we've talked about this before, where you know, you drive around, especially, you know, when you're in the city, you go, man, there's not a lot of green here, and you all of a sudden you take this tour and realize that there's just hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of other homes just similar to this that also have maybe not water features, but just a beautiful, breathtaking backyard, and we can do it too. Yeah,
and we have people that are actually coming from all over the country. Like, you know, people are calling us from Texas and from Iowa. And somebody from Arizona called me the other day and wanted to come in, you know, and bring her mother. And I thought, how cool is that?
That is awesome. Does that happen very often for you? Does that happen quite a bit?
Every year we have people from all over this country, you know, that come in. And sometimes, you know, water gardens bring their the groups to come as well. So, I mean, it's, you know, I can't say enough about it. It is a labor of love.
I'd say so.
but we have some of the best members that really do support this tour. And, you know, the Jewel Box is our big civic project. So that's really a cool thing, too.
Absolutely. You guys got a moment to take a break with me?
Sure.
I'm going to pay a quick bill. 9:35, a little bit of change. We'll come back, chat a little bit more about Pond-O-Rama. You stay there. I'll stay here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah, maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider, your OSF.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space?
That was my fault. Welcome back, 9:37. A little bit of change. Back with Don, Jenny, and the St. Louis Water Garden Society. Coming up in 11 days. Pond-O-Rama, the 25th edition. Are you ready for 25 more?
Oh, well.
1 year at a time.
One year, just like a good AA class, you know.
One day at a time.
Well, and if you're getting back into this, it's a two-day tickets, $25 for the 2-day event.
Exactly.
And really, also inside of it, I mean, you're saving big too. I mean, there's discounts and coupons in here that really make it such an incentive just to purchase the book, even if you aren't going, you know?
Exactly. We have great advertisers in there as well, and they really support us and have been supporting us for years, as well as all of our ticket sellers. And, you know, you can get tickets at any of our 20 plus locations all over the metro area.
Oh, wow.
And
I'd say so.
Yeah, they're all over, west, north, east, south, and everywhere.
Anyone need a sales job in this room? Wow, this is incredible. I mean, but when you go through this, and this is what I think so unique, is that no matter if it, I mean, you have multiple nurseries a part of this, multiple, lawn and garden stores, but also you have just folks that are in the same industry that are saying, let's come together and support this together, which I think is really cool.
Exactly.
How many sponsors do you have? Or
20 plus, 28 or 29, and I think we have 20 plus locations.
Teach me your
for
secrets.
Ticket sellers, and they can purchase tickets at the retail locations, which are great. They're all over, so I mean you can't hardly miss it. Or they can go online. Actually, we will cut it off like next week because we want to make sure people get those tickets on time. But otherwise, it's really, the book is like one of the playbills.
It really is, yeah. Well, and too in Illinois, in the Metro East, for us, whether or not, if you're in the Alton Godfrey area, I direct you to go to Joe's Market Basket. In Edwardsville, in the Glen Carbon area, you got Hostas on the Bluff and Effinger Garden Center in Belleville, along with Sandy's Back Porch. And then you got Creekside Gardens in Collinsville, too, so multiple spots around the Metro East to go.
Oh, definitely.
And Ginny, correct me if I'm wrong, but all of these are listed on the St. Louis Water Garden Society website?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Under the events section?
Under Pond-O-Rama, and all good.
I remember the website off the top of my head. How about that? We'll take you right there now.
slwgs.org. You got it.
Look at that. And you can look at this. How about this big button that says become a member? You can just click on that before you even get started into the pond tour. Or you can just get your tickets and become a member for a year too.
Absolutely.
I love the incentive about this.
And speaking of that directly, if you are already a member and have paid for membership, you get
a free member.
You
get a free ticket booklet.
Yeah, so it's
give or take. So if you get one, you get the other.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a win-win. I mean,
really
$25 membership and $25 you get a free ticket book.
Well, and also too, you guys, do you guys have any seminars coming up or anything after Pond-O-Rama?
Oh, absolutely. Every month we have a meeting on the third Tuesday of the month, and this year we had to move from our Kirkwood Community Center to Grace Episcopal Church, which is a nice facility right there in Kirkwood. Actually, this coming Tuesday on the 17th, we actually have a gentleman coming to speak about wildlife solutions in your garden.
That might be one to tie in, Jenny.
That is a perfect tie-in.
Well, because we talked, didn't last year you had the same issue?
I did, but I have an environment. When you live near the woods, you have a wonderful water feature, so it brings in all of nature. The deer, the fox, and now the mink.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate because evidently I have caged and netted my pond all winter long to save my beautiful fish that were quite large, and 35 of them to be exact. And I guess I waited until the absolute last day that I could, early May, which should be warm and the fish are happy.
Yeah.
And mink actually had a feast.
Oh, no.
Of all 35. So I was really
That's
sad.
heartbreaking. That really is heartbreaking.
It is Well, I don't want to see them slaughtered, for one thing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't want to see. But the other thing is that, it's an environment. So we're having a gentleman come next week to talk about solutions.
Yeah.
Because we all have them, whether it be a heron,
right.
The raccoon,
yeah.
the mink, all kinds of creatures.
Well, and that's really fascinating because you're actively, I mean, that's a serious issue too. Because,
Very serious.
It really is.
But on the flip side of that, you're also attracting a lot of really pleasurable wildlife.
Yes.
Yeah.
The birds.
All of the wildlife needs access to water all year round. And if you have a pond, or particularly a water feature that is flowing, it won't freeze. So, so your fish can stay there as long as it doesn't freeze, but also wildlife. The birds are coming and they're drinking, the squirrels, the rabbits, all of that. So it really stimulates the wildlife of all persuasions to come in. I've had herons floating around my pool. I had what I think was actually a stork.
Oh, wow.
A
Did it bring you a
bird
baby?
eyeing my fish. And there are ways to again protect.
And how do you do it without scaring everything off too, and doing it the right way? Yeah. And that's so fascinating.
Yeah, but it's and I've actually had a red-tailed hawk actually come in and grab one of my little fish off the top of my pond. So I've started to grow some larger plants along the edges to reduce their flight paths and that. And also deepening the pond so that the fish have a place to go and hide, because they're
right.
aware.
Yeah.
But that's part of the thing that you learn in designing a pond.
That's so cool, though. And it really, now, did you watch the hawk in real time do this?
I was literally sitting on my patio when it happened.
Oh, that's traumatizing.
Yeah. It's so quick. But as I'm sure your listeners are well aware, we're seeing more and more wildlife coming back into the urban environments. So it's just recognizing that we've got to be cooperative. It's their space too.
This is so cool. You're 100% right. I mean, 100%. And, getting back into this, you got Pond-O-Rama in just about 11 days. It's Saturday and Sunday. There's 29.
29, yes.
I'm remembering my notes. Different spots on this tour. It's 2 days long. It's $25 to be a part of this. And it gets you a free membership into the St. Louis Water Garden Society. Or if you have the Water Garden Society membership, you get free access to Pond-O-Rama, correct?
Correct.
And I got to ask you, Jenny, just because my mind keeps going back to it, are you going on another Egypt trip soon? When's your next big one?
I haven't traveled this year.
No way!
And I can't believe I haven't. But I've been spending all my time trying to get Pond-O-Rama up and running, which is why. So I'll be happy to have the tour kind of come to an end. But we also, open our gardens to really, like if somebody really couldn't make it, we are open to sharing
cool.
our gardens with garden clubs or whomever
really cool.
at any time. I mean, it always looks the best now, of course, because of the flowers are all in bloom. We've got beautiful annuals. But all of our members are so excited to always share their gardens at any point in time.
And what do the asterisks mean by some of the names?
That they have been on the tour perhaps last year
gotcha.
or in a previous year. We have a lot of new people on tour.
I noticed that.
And we have a lot of new advertisers as well. Like you mentioned, Hosta on the Bluff. They're new this year as an advertiser and a ticket seller. We were just up there not too long ago, and it's absolutely phenomenal place with tons of hostas, and the deer love those too, by the way.
Yes, they do. Well, I got to ask both of you this question. How do you guys ever want to leave your house when you have such a nice backyard? That's really, I think, my biggest disconnect, because if I do this, I don't know if I'll ever leave again.
Well, that's... I really hate leaving on a trip, I will tell you that.
But it's so nice to come back to afterwards.
Yes.
And there again, if you're designing a water feature or a garden of any way, thinking about exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm leaving on a vacation for 2 weeks. How is this going to work? Fortunately, the koi take care of themselves, the plants take care of themselves, and the water features, if properly designed, take care of themselves too. So it's a pleasure that you can come back to, and it's a year-round pleasure. It's seeing it when we had our big snow, to see the water features in the snow. A lot of us have lights under the water, so it's just day, night, year round. It's a phenomenal, enjoyable part of your garden.
100%. Well, and now what does it look like for both of you? You know, you're 11 days out. Do you have any final preparations you do for your ponds at, like the day before or the week of? Is there
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they're going to be tweaking my pond at 2 o'clock today. I have a lady that's fixing a little area of my gazebo that seems to have had a little bit of an issue. And yes, I have mulch coming in this week. So yeah, I mean, you know, not that we've waited till the last minute. It's just that this year we've had a tremendous amount of rain, and that has precluded a lot of us from, you know, getting out in the garden, and you know, and of course the weeds are prolific.
Oh man!
So
well, have you noticed it's always raining on the weekends?
Yes.
You know, it can't rain on a Wednesday. You know, I've been going through the same thing. All I want to do is get like literally maybe a 15-foot section of my yard done. That's all I've been asking for.
Yeah, just getting grass cut seems to be an issue these days. But yeah, so we wait till the last minute. But we want to make things looking pristine, and all of our hosts want their gardens to look absolutely the best they can look. And you know, everybody's always so welcoming. That's the coolest thing. You know, like. I've met some of the most wonderful people, and I'm sure Don has too, where, you know, they come in and you just think, oh my gosh, how did you hear about us? And then you just chat and you find out you have so much in common, and they're enjoyable to talk to. And we learned from those, from our guests as well. You know, you're always finding somebody who can do something that you think, oh, I would love to be involved with that. So, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. It's a great community event.
100%. And before I let you guys go, I just want to make it just is just so cool to be able to showcase all of the St. Louis Metro East and some of the really cool spots, and really just to show people that there's so many that love where they live, and let's just keep the snowball effect going, you know?
We hope so. And of course, our Jewel Box.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to wrap up with the Jewel Box. So, Jewel Box, you guys are there every Saturday.
Every Saturday at 9 o'clock, and we have a lot of both ladies and guys that come in. They just planted our lilies, our tropical, and our hardies. Well, our hardies we move, that they put in a bog. The tropicals they bring in, and they're starting to bloom now. It will look spectacular, and we want people to come down and really see it. Right, Don?
It's an area that many of us think about the Jewel Box. Oh, well, that's holiday displays or a wedding place. But the gardens around there, particularly the lilies, are just spectacular. It's one of those not so often visited areas. But if you're in the park, just take a nice little hike around there. I think you will be quite astounded. And as a not-for-profit, this is what we do to give back to the community. This is designed, planted, paid for, managed, maintenance, everything by the St. Louis Water Garden Society.
And in August, we have a banquet at the Jewel Box.
Oh, that's right. You do.
And it's a wonderful event. Yeah. All of our members are invited, and it looks spectacular. Last year, and I think this year too, they planted rice. And one year they planted edible plants, and we had appetizers with edible plants from the Jewel Box. And there's more than one pond too in the Jewel Box. You know, it's not just the first one you see is always that spectacular one, but there's off to the side, and we have QR codes at the Jewel Box there to explain, you know, what some of those are. So it's great.
It really is. It's really good for people to know that, you know, your community project is such a landmark of really St. Louis, because, I mean, we all know what the Jewel Box is.
And we've been doing this for 35 years.
19. This is incredible.
Yeah, 35 years of working at the Jewel Box.
You're a non-for-profit? So
we're
501. Can we donate to you?
We're 501c4.
Oh, okay. I've already said we can round up some donations today too. Let's just keep this going. You know why not?
Thank you for that.
Volunteer donations are appreciated.
Volunteer donations.
Well, then there you go. Well, before I let you guys go, anything else to talk about for now?
We're just delighted to be with you today, and we're excited for Pond-O-Rama. We're all looking forward to the event.
Really,
and we hope you will join us.
I am going to definitely make I got to at least go by and see Jenny and Don. I think that. Wait, hold on here. I'm out of town.
That's okay. You know what, CJ? We'll make special.
I know. I will call you. I will call you when we're back because I'm leaving the 20th.
Yeah,
and I'll be back the 29th.
Well, and I think to say that this is the weekend after Father's Day every year. So if you can't make it this year, put it on your calendar for next.
100%.
And we will make special arrangements for anybody who wants to come to our gardens.
Yes.
I love it. And we'll link everything in an article on RiverBender.com. We'll take a quick break. It's 9:53. A little bit of change. More Tuesday morning coming to you next right after this one.